Well, hey guys, this is Josh Nelson, founder and CEO of Plumbing and HVAC SEO. And on this video, I want to talk about one of the recent changes to the Google algorithm, specifically the Google Maps algorithm, where now, as of the last couple days, what we're seeing in search, when you type in your city plumber, plumbing, emergency plumber, or your city AC repair, HVAC repair, instead of seeing what we always used to see, which was a paid listing and then a 7-pack of listings on the Google map followed by organic listings, now we're not seeing that anymore. We're seeing a much condensed 3-pack. So instead of seeing 7 listings, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or whatever the number is, now we're only seeing 3 listings. And so this is a major change in the Google algorithm. It's still too early to tell whether Google is just testing this or whether they're actually going to roll this out and this is the new normal for the Google Map listings. But I definitely want to create a quick video to bring to your attention that this change has indeed transpired and it's in place. Now, one of the things Google's testing in San Francisco is what they call Google Home Services, which has a very similar result. So if we search San Francisco plumber, we see three results, but each one of them has a little checkbox next to them, which prompts you to decide whether you want to request a quote, kind of like Home Advisor for Google. That's early in the beta testing. We're not seeing that anywhere else in the country, but now we are seeing this 3-pack pretty much universally like we used to on local search. It was a long time, maybe in the last 6 or 7 months, you ran a search on a mobile phone, you only saw the top 3 results on maps. So it looks like Google is anticipating the further development and the further acceptance of mobile as the main platform people use to search, and they're moving their search results in that direction. So what does this mean? Well, with this new 3-pack, there's a couple different ramifications and a couple things that they're doing differently than what they ever did. The first is, obviously, there's only 3 results instead of 7, but kind of more interestingly, if you look at the result, they're showing no phone number. So a customer can't just run a search and dial the number straight from the result. They'll have to get to the website, browse around, and get that number. That's a major change, and it really, the ramification of that is you want to make sure that your website is mobile friendly, there's a quick click to call function, and that your website is compelling and it makes it easy for customers to contact you, being that there's no phone number being listed. The other big change is that there's no address listed. Now, as plumbing and HVAC business owners, that's not a big deal. It's really kind of a throwaway function. Nobody really comes to the office anyways for the most part. You're meeting them at their home. So that's not as big a deal for us in our particular space, but it is interesting to note that the full address is no longer showing up. Now, this creates a huge opportunity for you if you're in the top 3 results. So good news, now instead of competing with 7 people on the first page, you're among only 3. The bad news is if you were in the 4th, 5th, or 6th spot, where you used to show up on page 1, now you've slipped out of the map results on page 1 and you may not be showing up at all. So great news if you're in the top 3, bad news if you're not. Even if you are in the top 3, be aware that all of the other guys, the other 4 guys that are not ranking on the map, are going to have to get more aggressive, and they're going to be focused on the things that will move them up in search. And so what is it that you need to do in order to move up in search? Well, there's a lot of different things. I've done a lot of other training videos on how to get ranked into Google Maps and how to improve your presence, and I've listed them here. Obviously, I don't want to spend too much time on this video talking about what to do. I've got a cheat sheet that I've put together for you. If you go to plumberseo.net/cheat-sheet, make sure you put the hyphen because otherwise you'll get to another cheat sheet. But cheat-sheet, it's our Google Maps cheat sheet. It explains exactly what you need to do to optimize for ranking in the 3-pack. And what's interesting is a lot of the same ideas and strategies that I've been preaching all of these years really apply quite well. And those 3 things really boil down to claiming your map listing and making sure that you followed Google's rules and you haven't broken any of them, making sure that you have a lot of citations with consistency of your company's name, address, and phone number all across the web, and make sure that you have a systematic process for getting online reviews from your real customers in your true service area. And we've done a pretty in-depth review of how these strategies are playing out. Of course, we work with hundreds of plumbing and HVAC companies across the United States and internationally, and we've been doing this and we've been getting great results. But the question is, now that the algorithm has changed, what's happened? Are the clients still in the top 3 on the pack, or have they slipped off the page? And the good news is our clients, for the most part, are really doing quite well in the Google Map listings. And rather than me running all of these searches manually, I've kind of got them up in my box so you can see for yourself. And this is a non-cast search, so I've got incognito mode running. This isn't based on the fact that I ran the search from my particular computer. But if we look here, Allentown Plumber, you can see Schuler Services #1. I can't even say spot A anymore. #1 on the Google Map results, and then the #1 organic listing. Again, consistency of the name, address, and phone number. Lots of reviews across the web, 55 reviews in this particular case. Good fresh content with a strong call to action, obviously completely mobile friendly. You put all that together and you can rank really well in the Google Map listings. And you can see again spot 1 and the organic listing spot 1. Annapolis Plumber, I hope if I spell Annapolis right. Heidler Plumbing, first listing, #1 organic. Reading, Pennsylvania, Plumber, #1 listing. The Plumbing Works, the company we work with there. Stewart, Florida, Stewart Plumber, #1 listing, first organic result. Murrieta in California, Murrieta Plumber, #1 listing is 24/7 plumbing and drain. And if we get down below the below the Yelp listings, which in a lot of markets are ranking really well with this latest change, is 24/7 plumbing and drain. Vancouver, major market in Canada. Vancouver Plumber. You see the #1 spot belongs to our client Lambert Plumbing, and #1 organic result. Falls Church Plumber, #1 and first listing above all of the Yelp listings. That's the Plumbing Doctor. Type in Little Rock Plumber, Arrow Plumbing, #1 listing. Plainfield Plumber, Plainfield, Illinois. Jim Wagner Plumbing, #1 listing. That's our client in Naperville. Berkeley Plumber, Berkeley, California. Albert Nahem Plumbing, #1 listing. Tacoma, Washington, All-Purpose Plumbing, #1 listing. And I know this is now starting to get a little bit monotonous, but I like to show proof. A lot of people are calling you and trying to get your attention, trying to say, hey, look, we've got the strategies to help you get more calls. But it's extremely hard to figure out who knows what they're doing versus who's just trying to sell you a bill of goods. And so for me, it really is all about proof. If you can find someone that can show you real-world examples of how they've helped other plumbing and HVAC companies move to dominant positions in their particular markets, then you can feel pretty confident that they can do it for you. So that's why I'm going through this exercise. That's why I'm showing you all of these examples. The algorithm has changed, but the results are still there. And all of the strategies and techniques that we outlined in our book, The Complete Guide to Internet Marketing for Plumbing Contractors, and how to triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right, and the training information that we share on the online dominance blueprint.com is proving out to be really effective. And so just to kind of go through some more examples, I'm not going to show all of them, but I just want to show some really solid substantiated proof here. We type in Lakeland Plumber. The #1 listing is Samco Plumbing out of the Florida area. Samco Plumbing is the company we work with in Lakeland. Greenwood, Indiana, Greenwood Plumber. #2 listing is Johnson. Round Lake in Illinois, Round Lake Plumber is the #1 listing. That's Dwayne Blanton Plumbing. Type in Baldwin Park Plumber, Baldwin Park, California. There's Daniel Cordova Plumbing. That's a company we work with. St. Michel, Minnesota, a company we work with there is D&B Plumbing, #1 listing. Westfield, Indiana, Westfield Plumber, Ellie Isley. Brenham Plumber, Brenham, Texas. We got Plum Level, LLC. Ruston, Louisiana. #1 spot there is Mark Johnson Plumbing. And so, not really to beat a dead horse, type in Montgomery Plumber. There's Cole Plumbing in spot #1. So the whole purpose of this exercise is to show you a lot of examples proving that the strategies we employ and the strategies that we implement and advocate work really well. And again, it's really just a function of claiming and optimizing your Google Map listing, having consistency of your name, address, and phone number across the web, and having a systematic process for getting online reviews from your real customers in your true service area. And of course, helping Google understand what your true service area is. And we bring all of those elements into the strategies that we implement for our clients. If you'd like to talk with us about how we can help you not just get ranked better in Google Maps, because that's important and it's a big piece of the puzzle, but really put together a strategy to help you get more calls, more leads, and better profitability in your plumbing or HVAC business, I'd love the opportunity to talk with you. You can call me directly at 866-610-4647. Or if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one with me personally, not a salesperson, but me personally, where I'll look at your website, I'll look at your online online rankings and make recommendations on how you could be ranking better and how you could be doing more. You can schedule that by going to plumberseo.net/schedule. That's plumberseo.net/schedule. Thanks so much for taking the time on today's video. Hopefully you got some new ideas on how the Google Map pack has changed and what you need to do in order to make sure you're putting your best foot forward. And again, if you'd like to talk with me, give me a call at 866-610-4647. Thanks for your time.